What's going on, you guys? Me again with another video. It has been a week since my last post, and today I want to give you guys another update of the life of an unemployed boy. And here we are. Um, 7 days have gone by, and we're still looking for a job. At this point, I am just looking to find something stable, and whether it's part-time, full-time. Honestly, right now, I'm just trying to get something, get my foot in the door on something. And so I wanted to kind of go over uh, some of the job market stuff I've been seeing in the news. Um, and so if you see here on my screen, you'll see the whole title here of Scam, Silence Rejection, Job Seekers Describe Depressing Work Prospects. Um, and I'm going to go over it a little bit because this is something that's affecting me currently. And I know this channel originally started with being a driver and doing driver stuff, but apparently we are out of a job currently in that field. So I just want to keep you guys updated for all of my unemployed family out there who has been going through the same struggles. I am here with you, and yeah, so let's get started. So as you can see here, um, this article here on The Guardian is talking about how job seekers are describing depressing work prospects. Now, when I see this title here and I'm reading this, I'm going to go over a specific paragraph that I highlighted here in a little bit. Um, Honestly, the job market coming from a person who has been looking for the last almost 2 months now. What's today? I've been unemployed since the 4th of August, and it is September 23rd. So in another week here, week and a half is going to be 2 full months since I last started working, or since I last worked, I should say, my bad. Um, and honestly, it's just been kind of I mean, at first it's fun, you know, you're getting this time to spend with your family and, you're collecting your unemployment, which, it's not a lot, really isn't. But if you watch my last video, I talk about how I was fortunate enough to save up some cash for emergencies, which now I'm using, and it's not a big deal um, currently, but come next month, I'm gonna have to start. I gotta figure get my ducks in a row. But anyways, so I'm gonna go over here to this part of the article here that I highlighted. And it says that the sluggish market is due in part to the uncertainty added by Trump's tariffs, while automation and artificial intelligence, aka AR, AI, are compounding these struggles. Hiring platforms and applicant tracking systems rely heavily on keyword filters, which can exclude qualified candidates who don't use the precise terms. Now, I'm going to go over what I think that means here in a second. Recent research has also linked AI adoption to higher unemployment in certain fields. Okay, so pretty much what I'm getting out of this is that with all this new technology, all this new AI stuff, Chat GPT, which is pretty amazing stuff. I've seen how it works. I got people that I personally know that use it a lot now. It really is beneficial for those that, you know, need help with their resumes and, need help, searching for stuff online. But at the same time, it could be a little damaging. And here it is. This is exactly why. Because now you have people who are out there who are looking for work, right? They're looking for work, and oh, hold on here. Let me get rid of this ad. I don't want no ads. Whoops. I don't know what that is. I don't know how to get rid of that, guys. Anyways, so you have people struggling out here, and they're looking for work. They're using, their resumes that they built. They're using ChatGPT to make resumes, and that could be good and bad in my eyes because yes, you can make a really strong resume, cover letters with all the help of AI. But the bad thing about it is for those of the folks out there that don't use AI who are legit like qualified people who, maybe they have an outstanding resume. What I'm reading about that is, that they can't get into the door because even the people that are hiring, even the companies that, that are going through the hiring process, they're using, you know, AI and stuff to filter the ones that they think are qualified for the positions. So somewhere along the line there, I think that people's skills and resumes are getting lost and they're getting replaced with some people who I'm not saying aren't qualified, but they're not the one that they were actually looking for, and all because of this right here where it says heavily on keyword filters. So kind of like the algorithm on YouTube or social media, something's trending and you hashtag it, it's gonna, it's gonna trigger something, that's gonna be the first ones that you see. And the best way that I can think about it in my mind and put it together is it's just like that. It's the fact that you're looking at these resumes, but not a human person. It's a computer that's filtering out the best candidates, but it can't tell, the difference. And so now you have people who are actually out there like trying to find something. Take myself, for example. I've I've been applying to anything that I could get my hands on. I've been applying to stuff that like I've never done before. I applied to a limo job where I got to wear a suit and, wouldn't be a bad idea. I actually don't mind driving, wearing a suit, looking presentable, and getting up super early every morning, drive clients to the airport, meetings, all the above. And then I've applied to jobs like in a kitchen, you know, I've applied to entry level jobs at an office, and I haven't heard back from anybody. The only one that I've heard back from so far out of like the 15, 20, I don't know, I lost track. It's like somewhere around 20 applications that I put in is I've only heard back from two. One was a driving position for a airport shuttle, which is kind of self-explanatory. I drive a shuttle from like hotels, pick up people, drop them off, take them to the airport, wherever they need to go, their gates, airline, whatever. Um, and I had even the interview was with AI. It was an AI generator asking me questions, and I would type in the answers, and that was literally my interview. It was just AI asking me questions about examples of how I would be a great candidate for the job, um, why I should be considered for the position. And as soon as I would enter, the answers and type them in, it would just like that respond to me in less than a second with a whole nother paragraph of questions. And to me, that was just, I mean, I kind of miss the days where I sit down in front of someone and actually like socialize with them face to face. Uh, I guess nowadays with all this technology, you can't really do that no more. Um, but also I wanted to show you guys this one up, this little section up here where it says that long-term unemployment has also climbed with 1.9 million Americans out of work for at least 27 weeks as of August 2025. Now, me personally, I know a few people since the first round of layoffs back at the beginning of this year who are still not working and still don't have jobs. And they're, collecting unemployment, trying to figure it out. Maybe some of them have their backup, emergency cash funds like I did, on my end. And, I talked to some of my buddies that are still like, man, I'm trying to find something stable, but then at the same time, they're trying to hold out and wait for their positions to come back at the union. And it's a really tricky situation here because, as I've mentioned plenty of times in the past, the benefits are amazing. The benefits are amazing. The pay is great for not having any, certificates or higher education like college, university. And so a lot of these guys are just sitting around. Well, I shouldn't say sitting. They're looking for something to do in case they don't get called back, but they're also struggling to find something stable. You know, you can't, if you, especially if you have family, you can't just sit around the sidelines and just collect unemployment because kids got appointments, you know, the wife, husband's got appointments, you know, if whoever covers each other's insurance, vice versa, you know, they got to worry about insurance and dental and vision and, you know, maybe someone needs insulin. I don't know. But that's kind of the reason for, you know, that's kind of the situation that I've been in. And personally, I mean, right now I'm not feeling the squeeze, as you could say. I'm not you know, technically feeling the squeeze. Um, at least not yet. But come next month, you know, that emergency fund is gonna start, you know, looking like it needs an emergency fund to back that up, and it's gonna be a bit of a situation for me that I have to figure out. So I got about another week and a half. Hopefully I hear back from these jobs pretty soon. Anyways, guys, this is just a little short video. I wanted to keep you guys updated, and I hope every single one of you out there that are watching are doing well. I appreciate you guys for taking the time. Maybe you are struggling going through my situation or something similar. If you are and you know you found something or you're still not finding something, let me know down in the comments below. I want to hear about it. I just want to kind of see where everyone else is at and get kind of an idea of you know how the world is doing right now. But on that note, I appreciate you guys and we'll see you on the next one.